For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. These words, penned centuries ago, still carry the power to calm our fears and ignite our hope. Imagine receiving this promise amidst chaos and uncertainty. This is precisely what the Israelites, exiled in Babylon, experienced. Yet even in their darkest hour, God whispered a promise of hope. This verse isn't just for the Israelites of old. It's a lifeline for us today, a beacon of hope in our often turbulent world. It's a love letter penned just for you, a reminder that even when life feels chaotic, you are not forgotten. God sees you, He knows your name, and He holds you in the palm of His hand. When I first encountered these words, they felt like a soothing balm to my anxious heart. Life felt overwhelming, and I was grappling with uncertainty about the future. But in the quiet stillness, God's promise broke through the noise. It wasn't a magic solution to my problems, but a deep assurance that I wasn't facing them alone. He didn't promise a life devoid of challenges. Instead, He offered something far greater: His unwavering presence, His guiding hand, and a future brimming with hope. The beauty of Jeremiah 29:11 lies not just in the words, but in the character of the one who speaks them. Our God is not a distant deity, but a loving Father who knows the number of hairs on our heads. He's intimately acquainted with our deepest fears, our silent tears, and our unspoken dreams. The Israelites were in exile, longing for home, facing an uncertain future. Yet, God assured them of His unwavering love and His plan for their restoration. He promised them a future filled with hope, a future where they would thrive, not merely survive. Centuries later, we find ourselves facing our own exiles. It might be the loss of a loved one, a job, or a dream. It might be a season of illness, financial struggle, or relational turmoil. Whatever your exile, remember that God is with you in the midst of it. Just as He didn't abandon the Israelites in their exile, He won't abandon you in yours. He is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it. He is weaving together a tapestry of hope with threads that may seem tangled now, but will one day reveal a masterpiece of His love. Section 4. Where is your hope anchored? In a world that often feels unstable and unpredictable, where do you place your hope? Do you find yourself tossed and turned by the waves of uncertainty? Or are you anchored to the solid rock of God's promises? The enemy, the one who seeks to steal your joy and extinguish your hope, wants you to focus on your circumstances, to magnify your fears, and to doubt God's goodness. But God's word reminds us that our hope is not found in our circumstances, but in the unchanging character of our God. He is our anchor in the storms of life, our refuge in times of trouble, and our ever-present help in times of need, as Psalm 46 verse 1 tells us. When we fix our eyes on Him, when we trust in His promises, we can face the future with confident hope, knowing that He holds our tomorrows in His hands. A journey of trust, a tapestry of hope. Trusting in God's plan doesn't mean life will always be easy. It means believing that even in challenges, God is working for our good and His glory. It's about surrendering our will to His, knowing His ways are higher than ours. It's a journey of faith, trusting He leads us to a glorious destination. This journey of trust is also a tapestry of hope. Section 6. Finding peace in the present, trusting in the promise. How do we move from anxiety to peace and confident hope? Identify an area where you struggle to trust God's plan. Bring it to God in prayer, surrendering it to His will. Write down Jeremiah 29:11 and place it somewhere visible. Share this verse with someone who needs encouragement. Remember, God is not finished writing your story. Trust in Him. Anchor your hope in His promises.